What's up, everybody? Welcome to McWater's Effect. I am Matt, and today we're going to be talking about the Georgia election in 2020. Now, y'all guys know about several months ago, the Trump administration announced they were going to look into the 2020 election and see how it was stolen. Well, Trump's DOJ sent a subpoena to Georgia, Fulton County, Georgia, to get their election records. Well, they have not complied. So now Harmeet Dhillon, who is part of the Civil Rights Division in DOJ, is requesting them to send those files immediately, send all election records immediately. But it looks like the Trump administration is pretty serious about this, as well as the DOJ, which I'm really happy about. Because the thing is, you need to look into this and fix the problem and find out how they did it and make sure you cut it off and make sure it never happens again. Now, I got a video for you guys, and it has Harris Smith. He is from InfoWars, and he's talked about this. And let's go ahead and take a look at the video.
DOJ demands records on unexplained anomalies in 2020 election after Fulton County did not comply with subpoena. The Department of Justice sent a letter to the Fulton County Board of Registration and Elections on Thursday demanding records related to what Georgia's Board of Elections is called, quote, unexplained anomalies in vote tabulation and storage related to the 2020 election in the county.
Now, just to remind you guys, Trump lost that state in 2020 by only 11,000 votes. So these unexplained anomalies that they're talking about could really overturn what happened then and make it where Trump actually won that state. That's if they would have found it back in 2020.
Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights Harmeet Dhillon wrote on behalf of Attorney General Pam Bondi, quote, on behalf of the Attorney General of the United States, we request that you present for inspection in its entirety and most original form all records in your possession responsive to the recent subpoena issued to your office by the State Election Board. The Civil Rights Division sends this request consistent with its ongoing obligations to ensure all citizens' voting rights have been and are protected in all elections. Title III of the Civil Rights Act of 1960 empowers the Attorney General to request preserved election records. And so just remember that, like, all of the Arctic frost lawfare, first of all, didn't happen right after the election, didn't even happen right after January 6th, only happened once Trump announced he would be running in 2024. That's when all of the surveillance and gathering of records from MAGA occurred. But that even asking this question, it's now coming from Harmeet Dhillon and Pam Bondi, that question and them asking it was considered the crime that predicated all of the spying and surveillance. Now, the real question is, and it's an obvious and rhetorical one, why wouldn't they provide the evidence? Why wouldn't they comply with the subpoena? Or put another way, why would...
Well, first thing, I think there's a couple different reasons why they wouldn't comply. Number one, the fact is, majority of states, they destroyed their election records after 24 months, which is 2 years. And since that election, it's been almost 5 years. So they could have destroyed the election records. Now, I'm pretty sure that there was a court order where they had to keep the records longer. I think it was like supposedly for 4 years, but I don't know. I can't remember all the facts in that. But even then, if you know there's a dispute going on here and people have said, keep your records, which I know Trump said that. I know also Harmeet Dhillon and a few other people have said that to Georgia when it comes to the governor, also Secretary of State, Rafflesberger, and other people. They should keep those records. But let's just say these people don't like Trump, even though they're Republicans. It wouldn't be surprising to me if they actually destroyed the records.
The powers that be find it so objectionable that people questioned this process? The answer, in case you need to know it, is because they cheated. Duh. Why wouldn't you want somebody auditing your books? Probably because you're committing fraud. Why wouldn't you want somebody to look under your bed? Probably because you have something hidden there. Why don't you want Trump's people looking in to the vote of 2020? Because you rigged it.
100% agree. That's the only reason not to comply with the subpoena. That's the only reason to actually destroy election records, in my opinion. I think they're all gone. And that's the only reason to do everything that Georgia did from the beginning to end of that election. everything from releasing the phone call between Trump and the Secretary of State, and even going after him and trying to prosecute him in Georgia is also part of it. Everything they did from the time that Trump decided to run for president in 2015 all the way till now is about destroying that man, trying to bankrupt him, trying to put him in jail. You name it. It's because, guys, he wants to do what's best for us, the American people. And the fact is, the Democrat Party and majority of the Republican Party does not want that. They want to do what's best for them, that makes them money, that keeps them in power. That's what they're concerned about. But it looks like to me, the Trump administration and this DOJ is trying to actually get something accomplished and trying to find out what happened in 2020 and prosecute this case and show that the Democrats actually used not only lawfare, not only try to put him in jail, try to even make it where he came and run for president, taking him off ballots, you name it. The Democrats tried everything they could to destroy this man, and this man still became the 47th president. It's amazing. But guys, this is the end of the video. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Please hit that like button, comment, and share this out to everybody.